right, and we are back with another episode. Joining me today, Brettyn Rose. How are you?
Hello.
How are things?
Thank you so much for having me. Things are really good. How are things with you?
Things are great on my end, and I'm happy to have you on today.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here. I love watching these podcasts you've done with other artists, and I'm so excited that I get to be on one now.
Awesome. Yeah, we've been liking each other's posts on Instagram for so long.
I know we've been Instagram friends for so long, and I'm so happy we can finally connect on this.
Yeah. So have I seen you at an event before? I don't even know if I
I
have.
don't believe so. No, I don't think we've actually ever met in person. We're just virtually meeting each other now.
Interesting, because it's like I know seeing your social media, I'm like, was she there tonight? I didn't see her tonight. Like it's
Yeah, sometimes I go to a lot of events just as another person there, but yeah, so maybe you've seen me around, but yeah.
I don't even know. I've seen the socials and I'm like, I was at that event. I didn't see her. So in my defense, I would have said hi if I did.
All good, all good. We're here now together, so it's all good.
Perfect. All right, Brettyn. For starters, tell us a little bit about yourself and where you come from.
Yeah, so I am a country pop singer-songwriter. I'm based in Calgary, Alberta. I'm originally from Okotoks, the De Winton area. Actually, I live on an acreage in the country. I love it out here. I'm definitely not a city person. I love the country and I love being out here. I started playing music when I was 5. My parents threw me in piano lessons, and I did Royal Conservatory for voice, theory, and piano. I love music theory. I'm one fun fact about me is I'm a huge music theory nerd. I love that stuff. And so I did that all through my childhood up till I was about 17 or 18. And then when I was 13, I picked up a guitar. And as soon as I could play 4 chords, I took a crack at songwriting. And then once I had some kind of decent songs, I thought that I wanted to go out and play them. So I went out and just started playing wherever I could and everywhere I could, coffee shops, wherever. I couldn't play in bars yet, but just started playing everywhere I could, and that's kind of just kept going into what we are here for today.
Love it. And I can't believe you love music theory. I don't think I've ever had an artist say, I love music theory.
I do. I love music theory. Well, I started so young. My training and stuff is in classical music and stuff, and so I did my music theory all the way up to the advanced level, and I loved doing it. My sister also plays classical piano still. She's way better than me now, but we love that stuff, and we did it since we were kids. So that's kind of what my music foundation is based on: is Royal Conservatory and music theory. I love sight reading and reading music, and I just love all that. Love all that stuff.
Okay, awesome. All right. If for someone who's never heard your music before, how would you describe your sound to them?
Ooh, good question. The one I've been going with lately is I'm country with a hint of pop sparkle,
Okay.
is what I've kind of been saying. Kind of things like Taylor Swift, Kelsey Ballerini, Tennille Townes, Tennille Arts, Lindsay L for some local girls. Kind of that vibe. Yeah, I would say. But I really just love, I try to write relatable lyrics, things from my own personal experiences or my life or my inspiration, and hopefully they can relate to other people as well. So some weaved with honest lyrics is what I also say as well.
Perfect. And some of these artists you mentioned, are these kind of like influences that you look up to in the industry?
Yeah, definitely influences I look up to, and I just love their music. Even before I started writing my own music and doing my own music, I looked up to these artists so much, and I still do. They're on my everyday playlist. I listen to them all the time, and I also not only look up to their music but also just themselves as artists. I follow all of them on social media, and I love looking at their profiles and what they do with their brand and how they're marketing themselves, and I really look up to them on a whole collective as an artist and not just their music.
Okay. And do you have a specific influence towards songwriting itself and one towards performing?
Ooh, good question too. When I first started songwriting, I looked up to Ed Sheeran a lot. His earlier stuff is more acoustic throwback Ed Sheeran stuff really got me inspired because I saw him open for Taylor Swift actually in Edmonton, and I was like, this guy's just playing his own songs with an acoustic guitar on stage because he plays with an acoustic guitar and loop pedal. And I was like, well, if he could do it, maybe I could try writing songs. So I tried writing songs, and that kind of sparked my love for songwriting. And I still look up to him for songwriting wise. But again, Taylor Swift is another like all around artist I look up to performing wise. I've been to a couple of her concerts now, and she puts on such an amazing show. But yeah, Tennille Arts, Lindsay L, I love their music as well, for their songwriting. And yeah, but I also just love to write what I connect with and what I feel. And I love just putting my inspiration and my experiences in my songs at the end of the day. But I definitely look up to those artists as well.
Awesome. And are these artists that you listen to while driving, or what kind of music does Brettyn listen to when driving or out
Ooh.
on the road or whatever you may be doing?
Yes, I definitely listen to those artists. Those artists are definitely on my playlist. My sister always bugs me that I'm not a good DJ, which in her defense is very true. I'm the type of person that I'll like listen to one song or one record that I'm really into at that time, like on repeat. So when I get in the car, like that's what I want to listen to, this new album, whatever it is. So recently it's been like Carly Pearce's new album, 29, and I love Kelsey Ballerini, Taylor Swift, all of those artists. My best friend has gotten me on like some rap and stuff. Some like I got The Weeknd in there and Drake and Doja Cat got those fun songs in there, which is, I don't know, people might not expect. I didn't expect to like it either, but my best friend put me on it and I was like, yeah, this is kind of cool. So a big 180 there, but I kind of got a big variety of everything that I listen to. I like it all.
Perfect. Yeah, you got to sprinkle a little bit of everything, I think.
Exactly. As long as I like the lyrics, I don't really care what genre it is. I'll listen to it.
Perfect. All right. What would you say has been the best advice that you've been given in your music career up till today?
Best advice. I
Okay.
actually think the best advice I've been given came from my mom. And I use it throughout music and in my own personal life, but she's always told me and taught me to be kind and be good, and just to be a good person and to be kind at everything and to try your best. She tells me a lot as well, because now I've adopted that, especially in music. It's a big roller coaster, a lot of ups and downs, and you hear yeses and you hear a lot of no's. And so I've learned to just learn that as long as I've tried my best, that's all I can do at the end of the day. And then I feel comfortable and good about myself if I've tried my best and done good, the best to my abilities. And that's all that's in my power. And so I use that in my everyday life and also especially in music, because this is such a crazy industry, as I'm sure you know. So
Absolutely.
yeah, and I love to just spread kindness and be kind to everyone and try your best. And I think that's all anyone can really do. And that's what we're all trying to do at the end of the day.
Absolutely. And I know with you saying you get a lot of no's, a lot of yeses, I will never take this is one thing that I've kind of followed. I'll never take no as a no.
Ah, that's a good one.
I'll always take it as a not right now.
Ah, that's good too.
Right?
Yep.
Because you can always
I like
kind of,
that.
you know,
You
fix
can
whatever
always
you
try
think
again.
needs fixing, come back and maybe see
Yep.
it at a later date. Like I get lots of no's with interviews as well.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just okay. Keep building, what am I missing? And you go and kind of fill in the
Totally.
cracks and yeah.
Yes, no's are a great way to grow and expand and evolve yourself too, to become better or to turn those no's into yeses. So I definitely see no's as that way too. It's just another way to get better, and you can always try again. There's nothing, you can always just do that.
Right? Patience. That was the big one.
Yeah, patience is also definitely, I'm learning, is a key thing in life and especially in music. So a lot of life lessons to learn.
Yeah. All right. All right, Breton. Let's talk about your single now. Making progress. It's out now. Tell us a little bit about it and how it all came together.
Yeah, so I wrote this song with Aaron Pollock and Lydia Sutherland, who are two so amazingly talented artists and songwriters. I'd written with Aaron before, and he messaged me and was like, hey, I write with this girl, Lydia. I think you guys are really similar. We should all do a write together. And so we did that, and Making Progress was actually the second song we wrote together with the three of us. And so I loved the way it came together. I came to the right with just like a little voice memo idea. I don't even know if it really made it into the song. We wrote it in January of 2021. So it was almost a year ago exactly. And the song turned into Making Progress, and I'm super happy with the way it came out. And the production, Maddie McKay did the production on it, and Maddie killed it. It's like so good. It's more than my dreams could have imagined, and I'm so happy it's out in the world. And I just wanted the take-home message to kind of be whatever you're feeling after heartbreak or losing someone that was important in your life, or even just in life in general, that as long as you keep moving forward and working on yourself and putting yourself first, and as long as you're making progress, you're going to be just fine.
For sure. And so this isn't a personal experience that you went through.
Is it a personal experience I went through?
Yeah, like did this happen to you after a heartbreak? This is,
Actually, I definitely put a little bit of my own experiences into every song, but I wouldn't say this is like 100% to the word, like true to what I have experienced in my life.
Okay.
I definitely tried to imagine what the story through the song is. This girl sees her ex at a party with somebody else, and she's just kind of, like, I'm not over this person yet, but I'm getting there.
Right.
And I think it's kind of all a feeling we've all felt at some point or another. It doesn't have to be at a party. It could just even be you see their post on social media and you're like, man, I really miss that person still. And you kind of but you got to just remember that it's okay to feel whatever you're feeling. Feelings are valid, but as long as you keep progressing and trying to move forward, it'll all be okay.
For sure. And this is available on all platforms.
Yes, it's available all streaming platforms, whichever one you prefer, you should be able to find it there.
Perfect. Which one do you want people to go for?
Ooh, Spotify is my personal favorite. I love Spotify. That's the one I use, and I would push people towards that if I had the choice.
You had the choice. Okay. I'm always curious on what artist.
What's your favorite one? I'm always curious too, because some people are so divided on this topic.
Listen, I'm on the Apple Music train right now. However, I think I have to make the switch over to Spotify. I released these on Spotify, so
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
I get that. I started on Apple Music as well, and then I made a Spotify for Artists account to like start releasing music, and I was like, well, I got to get Spotify anyway, so like let's check out Spotify. And I love like the curated playlist it makes for you, and yeah, I think it's super cool. Apple Music is still good. I use that one as well. That's what my family uses, and I'm on Spotify.
Just so easy. I mean, Spotify is too, but I don't know. I have everything Apple, so I was like, oh, yep, Apple Music. Let's do this.
Yeah, it's definitely user friendly.
Yeah. All right. Do we have plans for music video?
Ooh, I do not have plans for music video right now, but I do have plans for more music in the future. So I'm working on that right now.
Okay. When can we expect the new music?
Ooh, there's going to be some more music throughout all of 2022. So it'll come, I think, sooner than people might expect.
Okay.
But I don't want to put like a date or a label on it yet.
I'm just trying to get it out of you. That's all. No, I'm just kidding.
It's all good. I appreciate your effort.
Trying to release all the info here on,
Right.
So you do a lot of collaborating. What's your favorite thing about collaborating with other artists, co-writing, all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, well, I really got into co-writing a lot more over the pandemic because there was no shows, there was nothing really else, a lot to do. So I started getting into co-writing a lot more and wrote so much over the pandemic. And I think my favorite thing about co-writing, one of my favorite things is just at the beginning when everyone's just talking about their lives. Because a couple of some of my favorite songs that I wrote over the last year, ideas came from the conversations we had at the beginning of a write. And I just love hearing that camaraderie between everybody and meeting new artists. I've met so many new artists like from across the country, from Montreal and Ontario and Vancouver, that I never thought I would connect with, or I mean, we've only met virtually. So hopefully I can meet them in person someday. But meeting new artists is such a cool thing. And I feel like I've become more immersed in the music community across Canada, even though we're never together. But I feel, and it just felt like you're less alone because everyone was in the same boat and everyone was just trying to write music. But my favorite thing about the writing process is just bouncing ideas off each other. It's such a cool thing, and I wasn't used to it as much before the pandemic. I wrote a lot by myself. And so, but bouncing ideas off other artists is actually super cool and super fun, because some people are like, their ideas are just like bouncing around everywhere, and it's like so much sometimes, but it's like, that's a good idea, or someone will say something, oh, and that's even better. And I don't know, it's just one of my favorite things about collaborating with other artists.
For sure. And I think like I've said this numerous times in interviews, but it's when this whole pandemic and online thing started, I hated it. I hated the online thing. It was I just was like, nope, I'm gonna take some time off. I'll wait it out. But then I'm like, it's not going anywhere. So here we are. Let's get on it. But the great thing that came out of it is that, yeah, I got to meet people across the country, the States, and these are people I would never interview in person because I'm here, right?
Yeah, it's super cool. It was definitely a silver lining for me that I was kind of grateful for that came out of the pandemic. I always tried to find the silver lining in situations. So that was mine for music wise.
Yeah, no, it's kind of been great. I'm grateful for it. But I am excited to get back to in person at some point.
Yes, me as well.
Yeah. So, all right, perfect. I mean, I know things are kind of shut down, and especially here in Alberta, they're canceling things. You have any shows? You playing any shows coming up?
Honestly, shows have been so up in the air, but I might head up to Airdrie to play at Sorso Lounge at the end of February. So I'm excited about that. It's such a cute little spot. I've played there before, and I really enjoyed it. So I'm excited to be heading back there. But yeah, things are so kind of up in the air here in Alberta. So I'm just focusing on writing, going back into the studio to work on more stuff. And yeah, just taking it one day at a time, I've also learned to do in this pandemic.
Perfect. All right, Brettyn. Last thing, tell everyone where they can find you on social media.
Yeah, all my social media is just at Brettyn Rose, Brettyn Rose. And you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, all that good stuff. TikTok now. I always forget I gotta throw TikTok in there now.
I know.
Right? It's so strange. Always new stuff. But yeah, that's where you can find me.
Easy enough. All right, guys, go grab her new single, Making Progress. It's out now. All the links will be down below. And Brettyn, thanks so much for chatting today.
Yes, thank you so much for having me, Cody.
Absolutely. Let's stay in touch, and hopefully I see you at an event soon.
Yes, hopefully. Fingers crossed. It's going to happen.
I hope so. All right.
Yeah,
Take care.
Awesome. Thank you.